Hi, it's me again, and in the class today we are going to see the frequency adverbs. Okay. Well, as you can see, I like superheroes because superheroes are very interesting and they are understandable for the classes. We have some different pictures. So for the class today, we are going to study frequency adverbs. Pay attention. Never, hardly ever, sometimes, often, usually, and always. What is the meaning of this? Always. If you do an activity 7 days per week, every single day, so you always do the activity. Okay? If you do an activity 6 days per week, you usually do the activity. If you do the activity 4 or 5 days per week, you often do the activity. You do the activity 2 or 3 times per week, so you do the activity sometimes. You do the activity once per week, hardly ever you do the activity. You do the activity 0 times, you never do the activity. Okay? So, pay attention. Superman never does exercise. It's not necessary. Superman is strong because he comes from another planet. So, Superman never does exercise. Superman often flies. Repeat after me. Superman often flies. He usually takes a shower. He always works. Sometimes he runs, or he runs sometimes. So in the activity number 1, you're going to complete here using the frequency adverb, using the verb in parentheses. For example, Superman often flies. Yeah, it's going to be according to this. Superman never does exercise, and Superman often takes a shower. Okay, no, in his home. Okay, the frequency adverb, students, is very easy. The grammar structure is going to be subject, frequency adverb, verb, and complement. For example, you have I always work. You always work. He always works. Very, very easy. The only one different is going to be sometimes. You can say sometimes I work, or you can say I work sometimes. It's the only one different. In the next activity, students, you have the frequency. Hardly ever, always, often, usually, and never. You have the frequency in parentheses. You're going to complete the phrase. For example, they go to school. They hardly ever go to school. For example, you have Peter plays with his toys. Never. Peter never plays with his toys. No questions about the activity? Okay. Now pay attention. We have another superhero. Yeah, Spider-Man, as in the video, as in the last video. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different questions. How often? How often es la pregunta para pedir información acerca de la frecuencia de una actividad. How often does Peter work? Okay. It is difficult that Peter finish his major. Why? How often is Peter busy? Why are Peter and Mary Watson sad? Do you have something in common with Peter Parker? Okay, so pay attention. Peter Parker. Peter Parker is a student and he lives in New York in an apartment. He has to pay the rent and the rent is too expensive to him. He always works in the morning delivering pizza in a motorcycle, and in the afternoons he hardly ever goes to school. He wants to finish a university major, but the problem is he always is absent in class. He is in love with Mary J. Watson, but they never see each other. Peter is usually busy because he is Spider-Man. So, in the activity, you're going to answer the questions according to this. Okay? Thank you for your attention, students.